Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. Welcome back to some more Sound of Drop. So, last episode, we died in a pretty fucking horrible way. And we got saved by Kenji, or Hiyoshi-san, I think he's called? Yeah, Hiyoshi-san. I believe that's his name. Let's keep going. Well then, have you calmed down a bit? Yes, thank you very much, Hiyoshi-san. Oh, it is Hiyoshi-san. Yeah, I'm glad. And you can call me by my first name. I don't really care about who's older and who's younger. Hiyoshi-san, Hiyoshi-san, or Hiyoshi-san. I'ma go with Hiyoshi-san. What is it you know about this aquarium, Hiyoshi-san? Jeez, I told you that you can call me by my given name. Well, maybe I don't fucking want to? You ever think of that, bitch? That wry grin appears again, but there's nothing I can do. I have some hesitation about actually calling an older guy by his given name, and I've only heard his first name once, so I don't really remember it. After that, Hiyoshi-san makes a serious face. I think of him as a light-hearted person, but as his mouth straightens, his face seems very focused. Ooh. Well, it's fine. At any rate, there's only one thing I know. This is Mountain Aquarium, but it's not Mountain Aquarium. Damn, that's some Schrodinger's cat shit right there. I mean, not like cat shit as in like cat poop. Whatever. It's not Mountain Aquarium? Something like that. I don't know the principle or the cause behind it, but this Mountain Aquarium is on a distant time axis from the one you and I visited earlier, Maija. Sounds very much like fucking Corpse Party. That's what I think, but I can't think of it as anything else. A different time? Whether past or present, you could even call it a parallel world, Hiyoshi-san adds. I can't understand what he's saying, not in the least. How do you know this, Hiyoshi-san? That is, Hiyoshi mumbles and snorts. He looks my way and smiles bitterly. Maita, didn't you meet any friends or acquaintances from long ago? Huh? On the contrary, you didn't see any staff or other customers, did you? His words seemed very enlightened. I couldn't think of a single thing. After all, I had just come from that experience firsthand. However, there was something that bothered me as well. Hiyoshi-san said he had said long ago. Mari, who hadn't changed since that day. But then why? I don't get it. That bit about long ago. Therefore, I rejected it. In doing so, I could affirm the fact that I reunited with Muddy. Is that so? It seems I said something a bit strange then. As he looks away and says this, I have no response for him. Staying like that for a moment, Hiyoshi-san says, "By the way," and continues speaking. I think what caused the glass in the jellyfish tank to rupture was an expansion of gas from something within the tank. So the gas expanded and ruptured the tank from within? If we're thinking about the cause, right. Since there's no staff in the space-time distortion, then it's not strange for the oxygen modulator here to break down. How the fuck does he know all this? Then it wasn't the work of ghosts. Perhaps. To my murmuring, he had no answer. Even if we had to force ourselves, we should think positively, right? For us to have come here and there to be ghosts, it's not something I can take. Can we get back to our original time axis or something like it? We can get back, definitely. Hiyoshi-san asserts decisively without looking me in the eye. Once again, he starts the next topic with a quick by the way. That girl that was with you, the one who seemed into the occult and stuff, what happened to her? You mean Himeno? Yeah, Himeno-chan. Weren't you together? I inflate my cheeks without thinking about it. When he notices, I become embarrassed and look down. I rest my hands on my knees and moving them up and down and say, I don't know. You're pretty easy read, Mai-chan. Got into an argument, did you? It has nothing to do with you, Hiyoshi-san. Still, you do get that there is something foul about this aquarium, right? Mai-chan, you experienced that yourself. At his words, a pang of pain surges through my chest. That room with the rotten corpses, the sudden cracking of the tank at the jellyfish booth. When I think that the same accidents could happen to Himeno, I instinctively leap up. Speaking honestly, I have no desire to see Himeno's face, but knowing that the whole aquarium is dangerous, I can't calm down. What ifs? Imagining possibilities alone makes me want to cry. Wait a second, Mai-chan. You must be tired from all that's happened. Moving quicker than I do, Hiyoshi-san's hands hold me back. I'll go look for Himeno-chan for you. I'm more knowledgeable about this place. You wait here. As he says this, Hiyoshi-san gives a thumbs up. Yay! It was a mystery to me. We'd only just met today and had an inconsequential conversation, so I wondered why he had come to rescue me. He was even showing concern for Himeno. He was supposedly a total stranger, so why? See ya! With that, hearing my response, he starts walking away from where the jellyfish booth was. His face in profile made me very reassured. Oh shit. Oh, what do we do? Alright, please Hiyoshi-san, or please wait, I'll go. So we stay here and let him take care of it, or go with him? You know what? I'm gonna let him take care of it. Please Hiyoshi-san. Trusting in his masculine appearance, masculine, I bowed deeply. In reality, it was as Hyo-san had said. I had very little stamina to begin with, and now fatigue was building up inside me. Deciding to stay standing up was good, as those heavy legs of mine were proof of. As for things with Himeno, it would be best to talk them through later. If we talked them over in this tense state, we will probably just get into another argument. Hyo-san might even serve as our mediator. As expected in this gloomy building, he didn't have to walk far before he disappeared. The sound of his gradually fading footsteps had also disappeared. The only thing I could hear nearby was my own breathing. That's why that high, roaring scream pierced right through my eardrums. Yeah! Oh, it's Kenji, fuck. It was a scream that seemed to have echoed through every corridor. No, in and out of the whole building. It wasn't just someone shouting, but someone crying as if splitting apart their throat. At the sense of impending danger that voice bore, my own throat began to tighten. Oh god, that scream! That voice wasn't merely familiar, it was the voice of Hyo-san, who had been right in front of me just 1 minute earlier. After that single loud scream, I could no longer hear his voice. Hyo-san? Oh god. I quickly stand up, running to the source of the scream. This place connects the tube tunnel booth and the souvenir shop. That's where I heard the voice coming from. I run toward the tunnel tank. Huh? Mayu-san? I told you to wait there for me. More importantly, that scream a minute ago. Did something happen? Hyo-san is sitting at the entrance of the tunnel tank, not far from the aquarium entrance. At my question, he gives the wishy-washy reply of, "You're worried about me, I'm so happy." No. Bruh. You screamed like a little bitch. What happened? Nah, it's a somewhat embarrassing story, but it looked like there was a person floating inside that tank. Under the circumstances, it just surprised me. A person in a tank? Speaking of which, Himeno mentioned something like that. But I'm glad. I thought you'd gotten caught up in some terrible situation like I had earlier. I was relieved from the bottom of my heart. Following that relief, I became aware of my own fear of being isolated again. Chuckling, Hyo-san scratches his head. Say, Mayu-chan... I never got to hear the rest of what he was going to say. Huh? It all took place in a matter of seconds, leaving me unable to make sense of what had happened. However, I gradually realized what was unfolding before my eyes. From Hyo-san's neck up, I could see through to the tank. Oh, motherfucker got decapitated! I didn't understand what I was seeing. In other words, his head was no longer where it should have been. What? Having lost a piece of himself so valuable to the human body, he collapsed slowly on the spot. From there, he never moved again. Soaking up the blue lighting, his reddish-black blood spread across the floor. This time it was my turn to split my vocal cords. Oh, damn! Oh. Holy shit, I wasn't expecting to see a decapitation in this fucking visual novel. God damn it, bro. Jesus. Why? How had he gotten like this? What could have happened to have left him in this state? Hyo-san's hand tumbled along the ground and catches my eye. His eyes are wide and his pupils dilated. The grin I had seen hours earlier still spread across his face. There are marks at the nape of his neck, as if his head had been bitten cleanly off. Hyo-san. I intended to run and leave the dead Hyo-san. Whatever left those bite marks was still nearby, but I couldn't do it. Oh, fuck. What the fuck killed us? It hurts. The area below my knees had become pitch black. My boots, Mom. There is no pain, only the visualization of pain running through my mind. In spite of losing my legs, I can't actually feel the pain. Of course not. That body of mine has lost its legs. I'm watching it from a separate place. This subjective point of view would have been impossible while I was alive. My head was already just like Hyo-san's, just rolling around on the floor. Oh, fucking shit! The cold temperature of my blood, that was the last thing I felt. Right before I lost consciousness, I saw its unbelievable true form through the wavy mist of my fading vision. With many fangs and a giant body, it was a fish? What the fuck? Decapitation 1. Wait, that's the first decapitation? Oh no! That's not as cute. He did. Fuck. God damn it, bro. Jesus. Double decapitation. Whew. Alright, we're definitely going with him. Let's do that. Please wait, I'll go. Somehow moving my heavy legs, I follow behind Hyo-san. It would have been easier to leave it to Hyo-san. However, Himeno is my best friend. Though I can't believe we had fought, that reality can't be changed, so I want to go get her. Since the souvenir shop is near the entrance, Hyo-san heads towards the closest tunnel tank. If Himeno is still in the building, then we need to look everywhere for her. I'm able to catch up with Hyo-san before he enters the tunnel. I'm going too. Huh? Mayu-chan, I told you to wait there for me. I can't do that, because Himeno is my friend. Also, we'd both die. On hearing what I said, Hyo-san gives me a patronizing look while grinning at me. Don't fucking patronize me, bitch. Looking into the tunnel from the outside, I realize that it hasn't changed from the mountain aquarium I had seen earlier that day. Large fish like manta rays and sharks swim about. This is... the tunnel tank. If you two went in order earlier, then shouldn't we start with the first exhibit? I nod as what Hyo-san said was right. He adds, right, and walks on. I notice something there and pull him back. Look over there. I say as I point to an area nearby that's visible from the entrance. As the silhouette becomes clearer on close observation, I become frightened. Something hops freely from side to side. It bounces about the tunnel numerous times, then stops itself. After bouncing up and down on the floor several times, it ceases to move, completely exhausted. Is that the fucking fish? Straining my eyes from far away, I can see that is a fish. Oh fuck. From what I can see from 10 meters away, it has sharp fangs and a body as thin as a rail. That might be a cutlass fish. Well, picture's going up right now, it's probably disturbing. I can't see it yet, but I will in edit. Hyo-san mutters this, having laid eyes on the same thing I had. Still, fish aren't creatures that can hop up and down around a room like that. Oh fuck. We should get a better look, or at any rate, let's head inside. It said decapitation 1 before. I think we should just head inside, because I have a feeling that's gonna be decapitation 2. So, let's head inside. At any rate, let's head inside, I suggest to him. Guess we should. It would be good to get a look at something lit. Are you fucking shitting me? I never got to hear the rest of what he was going to say. Huh? It all took place in a matter of seconds, leaving me unable to make sense of what had happened. However, gradually realized that was unfolding before my eyes. Well, we've seen this before, so let's skip through this. That was decapitation 2. Great. 2 decapitation deaths in a row. Fucking awesome. 2? We should get a better look. After waiting near the entrance for several seconds, a fish resembling a cutlass fish bounces around the tunnel, then flops down on the floor, causing the amount of fish corpses on the floor to increase. The gathering of numerous fish scales reflects the fluorescent light back like a kaleidoscope. Though it is the same as the fluorescent lighting, the light reflected back is vivid, putting the sensation of the scale's slipperiness in my mind. That's pretty creepy. Hyo-san's lips curl up in disgust as he grumbles. I also thought it was creepy, but compared to the rotten corpse I'd seen earlier, that was as far back as I allowed my memory to go. Could that be... In contrast to Hyo-san, who had averted his eyes, I just continued to stare and was able to pick up on something. There's fish hopping around. They're coming from below. From that place that looks like a vent. From the beginning of the tunnel, the fish hop up intermittently. It doesn't appear as though they are going to stop, with a new fish popping up after a fixed interval of time passes. The fish mechanically shoot out of the vent, ricochet about the tunnel at high speed, then finally, their vigor exhausted, die as they land in a pile on the floor. At the moment they fall, the fish's long, narrow bodies wriggle like snakes. Ugh. They collide with the other fish as they cease moving, the next fish hopping to its death in the same manner. They are. Good eye, Maya-chan. So many strange things have happened that I'm probably becoming used to them. It's not a good thing. Unable to bear these strange circumstances any longer, a self-deprecating smile reaches my lips as I give a light laugh. Whoa! At the same time as the fish leaps up, Hyo-san takes a handkerchief from his pocket and tosses it in the giant cylinder. The fish pierces the handkerchief once as it dances in the air, then the fish passes through it a second, and then a third time as it bounces repeatedly. In an instant, the fabric he tossed had become dust. On placing myself in the handkerchief's position, I subconsciously cover my neck. Ugh. It shouldn't penetrate this. Himeno. Not having a form should mean it isn't going through. A form. A dead body. I didn't want those words to pass my lips, but it was definitely as Hyo-san had said. Wait, Mai-chan, you don't remember where you and Himeno-chan split up, do you? I looked down and tilt my head to the side. I'm worried about Himeno. I can no longer make baseless statements like, Himeno's fine because she's Himeno. The reality is that if Hyo-san hadn't rescued me, I'd no longer be in this world. There was no way I can let that happen to Himeno. I have to hurry and meet up with her, then find a safe place. Alright guys, we're actually going to end this episode right here. I think there was heaps of content there for you guys to enjoy. Double decapitation all the way across the sky. Awesome. Whoa man, so we finally got some pretty gruesome deaths. I thought last episode was gruesome, but this one takes the cake, I think. Anyways guys, hope you're enjoying this little series, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching. As always, like and favorite if you enjoy. Subscribe for more anime banner. I'll see you guys next video, whatever I make. Keep watching anime. Done it!